Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Member Spotlight by Allied Muslim Chamber of Business. AMCOB is a membership-based social enterprise with a mission to create a thriving Muslim business community. It's the power of collective wisdom, continued learning, and thought leadership brought together for Muslims by Muslims. Our core belief is that business leaders thrive when they have access to a supportive community of peers who challenge and inspire each other. Today, we have with us our member, Faseh Mohammed. Faseh is an experienced lighting and sensors stimulation engineer with a strong background spanning the automotive and aerospace industries. With deep technical expertise in camera and LiDAR systems, Faseh has worked at the intersection of advanced engineering, safety, and innovation, helping shape how next generation sensing technologies are designed and deployed. Welcome, Faseh.
Assalamu alaikum.
All right. So please tell us about your very technical background that you started with, and currently you're still working in that area, and then you started the Fajr Fund. So
Yes,
give us some backstory about it.
absolutely. So, just to give a background about myself, I'm originally from Hyderabad, India. I grew up in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. My father was an engineer and later became a real estate developer back in India. Professionally, like you mentioned, I'm an optics and mechanical engineer from University of Michigan. Started my career in automotive and aerospace industries. And right now, I work as a business development manager, so managing a multi-million dollar portfolio of accounts. My time is usually spent between forecasting, planning, making sure we actually stick to numbers and timelines. So that's where I really developed a discipline of getting into operating, accountability, and portfolio management.
Hmm.
And then also around 2016, almost 10 years now, I've been actively involved in real estate investments. I bought my first property 2016, and then from on, I've been doing some slow flips to rental properties while working 9 to 5. I come so coming from an Islamic background, I was very cautious about not getting into riba or interest-based loans, and that's really when I couldn't scale up my real estate goals. And as working professionals, really scaling real estate without debt-based is really hard. And
Hmm.
so either I had to stay small with one or two properties, or just take leverage and move on. On top of that, like handling tenants, contractors,
Hmm.
they really add up quickly, and soon it was just becoming like a second job, and I didn't want to do that. So I was looking for partners who are professionally in real estate. So that's where my co-founder Nabil, who is the owner of Amin Realty, which is a 90 plus agents brokerage here in Michigan. He's been doing real estate for more than 10 years professionally
Okay.
in city of Detroit and the surrounding areas, and he's been helping other investors as well to do the same. One of the things that we were discussing was that he also had a similar problem, but from the other side. So he was dealing with investors for one property and one person at a time. And so
Hmm.
for him to even scale it to like going to 20, 30 properties was becoming quickly really difficult. And so in order to be scalable without going into debt was the problem that we were both facing. And so we basically partnered together to build Fajr Fund.
All right. So provide us some specifics regarding Fajr Fund. What is specifically it
Sure.
is doing, what kind of services that it's providing, and who are the beneficiaries?
Yeah, so we started basically like a solution to a problem, right? So we wanted to be debt free, we wanted professionals to be able to invest in real estate. So that's where we came into essentially forming the fund structure, which is an SEC regulated 506B private equity fund, so that
Okay.
we are doing everything the right way from the beginning in terms of compliance, underwriting standards, and making sure that we have the transparency, and then
Hmm.
also making sure that we are focused in the city of Detroit, where still affordability exists, which means the math for doing scalable real estate without getting into debt was possible. And so that's why we moved into the city of Detroit. since last year. What we are structured is essentially that we're fully vertically aligned between the team at Amin Realty, where we can source deals,
Mhm.
we can go to auctions and buy deals, and we have a network of wholesalers that provide us with deals. We review them on a daily basis. In fact, we review about like 100 deals a week, and then only a small portion of them we actually send in offers, and then even smaller portion of them get accepted, which we really think that is important and key to our underwriting criteria. And so that's why we are able to buy these properties, make sure we get the right margins that we're looking for,
Mhm.
and we essentially recycle the capital, and then we hold some portion of the portfolio as rental cash flows. This is does two things: is gives us some returns on an annual basis, as well as making sure that we get tax benefits from the rental portfolio.
All right. So you mentioned that you started it about 10 years ago, correct?
So we started real estate 10 years ago, but really the fund structure came into being last year. So
Oh,
last
last
year
year.
was the
Okay.
first year in which we actually formed the structure. Individually, we were doing it, but like I said, to do it, being able to pull in capital the right way, we actually did started Fajr Fund last year.
Okay. All right. So where are you as an organization at the moment? How big are you in terms of how many properties you have invested in, what type of return you are bringing in, and how many investors do you have?
Yeah. So we started last year in actually just after Ramadan, in April, I want to say. And we have a team of about primarily 4 people, and then contractors that actually go out and work and get the construction done, and then it's managed with a few virtual assistants as well.
Kim?
In terms of investors, we have about 10 people right now that have pulled in the funds together to essentially do the first round.
Mhm.
And we have about currently 12 properties that we're actively working on. We do about 4 properties every 90 days. So that's the rate at which we are growing and doing these properties.
Mhm.
And this has only been possible because we have this whole structure going on, and it essentially works like a flywheel, really. So you go in, you buy these properties, you rehab them, you sell them, or you rent them, depending upon which is the best exit strategy.
Okay.
And just last year, we just closed the books, right? We are expecting the portfolio to make above 35% returns for 2025. So I think we're doing a good job there.
Okay. No, definitely. It sounds like it's very well structured machinery that you are running. And what's the size of portfolio at the moment, and what is your goal for 2026?
Yeah, so we have about 1.2 to 1.3 million dollars of assets under management.
Mhm.
We plan to really scale this in 2026. We have a goal to reach 3 million in the Q1 of 2026, and then we will be essentially moving into a 506C structure where we can essentially solicit and go to high net worth individuals, and we plan to scale that to $10 million, inshallah, by the end of 2026. So that's the goal for this year.
All right. And your market would still be for 2026, at least your market would still be Detroit?
It is going to be primarily be in Detroit and the surrounding area.
Mhm.
And the reason is, like I said, we actually work closely with the city of Detroit, and we are very familiar with the operations over there. We are one of the only funds that are doing single family homes that are approved for their pilot program, which allows us to give housing for low to medium income households, and then get tax benefits from the city that allows us to really work with the city. So we're not only really looking at profits, but really to make an impact and change in the city. And so that's where we have an holistic approach of not only going and making profits, but also be able to be a proponent of change within the city. And we are seeing it grow by the day. Since the city is so huge, there's so much opportunity still, even for 2025, 2024, even though other metro areas saw a slight decline in their annual prices. Detroit actually saw an uptick, which is basically telling that there is a lot more growth that can happen in the city of Detroit, and we think that we can really pick on that growth and take benefit from that.
All right. So beyond 2026, let's talk about 3 to 5 years. Where do you see the Fajr Fund will be?
We do see in, let's say, 5 years timeline, especially scaling it. Um, that's something that we're looking at, but we see that we'll still stay within the city of Detroit. Even, let's say, 3 to 5 years from now, we see a significant amount of growth that we think that we can do. We can scale up as we hire more people and contractors, which again is a big task that Nabil and my co-founders are working on. In the next 5 years, we see to grow this to about a $50 million portfolio, inshallah. So that's the whole goal of moving in and then continuing to do that. We will probably pivot from doing single family to apartment complexes, which will be our next big target for 2027 and beyond.
All right. May Allah put more barakah in the work that you are doing and give you a lot of success in your growth. Tell me a little bit more about yourself as a person. Now, what are your hobbies or interests outside of work?
Outside of work, really, I play soccer, usually every week or so. So I love playing soccer, and I really work with the masjids around and all the charitable organizations here to help them raise funds. So that's something I do passionately. And apart from that, I like to study more about finance and especially in terms of Islamic finance and how it's structured. I am currently working towards my certificate in Islamic finance from Ethica Institute. So that's something that I am passionate about is really learning about Islam and finance, and being able to structure that and being able to bring that to the masses and being able to make sure that professionals, which a lot of the Muslims are able to build wealth and essentially be able to pass it on to generations. So that's one of the goals that I'm really passionate about, and that's what I do as well.
All right, thank you. Um, as you started on as you started on this journey, and last year you established the fund. What advice would you give to anybody who is looking into this particular sector for them how they can start and flourish?
Yeah, I think that's very important as professionals to be able to find right partners and right systems and structures that you can establish to be able to get into real estate. I've seen it firsthand and from other people who have burnt their hands getting into real estate and then stuck with one deal over years and not being able to complete them. I think it's very important to learn about it and get mentors. As I was mentioning it to you, that we have great mentors. Thankfully, brother Kamal Suleiman and Mashur have been helping us in structuring this thing and making sure we really build this for scale. And one of the things I would mention is that making sure you vet the people that you're working with and making sure that not only are they working hard, but also being able to provide value to the community. So that really differentiates the people when you're working with them.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Faseh, for joining MCOB and sharing your journey with us. May Allah bless you with a lot more and provide you the means and resources to achieve the objectives that you have in mind and the growth that you have planned for the Fajr Fund.
Thank you very much, Brother Kashi. It was a pleasure joining.
Yeah. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.